crashing. Guys, Bitcoin's exploding. Bitcoin's doing stuff today. What is up? Altcoins, could they be next? Well, I want to break down some charts, looking at Bitcoin, talking about some of the Bitcoin news, looking at the Ethereum, the Solana charts, the total crypto charts. Got some interesting altcoin news, airdrops, new launches, all that fun kind of stuff. Stick around. It's going to be a great time answering your questions in the second half, of course, of the video. So stick around for that. Thanks to the Polkadot Foundation as well for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into it. So the price of Bitcoin, it's doing things, guys. It's going up. Now, very interestingly here, we've got back up beyond this key area of price resistance here around $68,500. We have also, very importantly, broken out of that downtrend that we were in, where we were starting to put in those lower highs. Now we've come back up. It's very exciting. Great. Good job, Bitcoin. Good job. I believed in you the whole time, buddy. Currently trading around $70,000. If we can keep building on that momentum, we're going to get back to testing previous highs in the not so distant future. Now, one thing to definitely be keeping an eye out for is the MACD, man. Our old buddy, the MACD. Look at this. MACD daily closing in on a potential bullish cross. Not confirmed yet. A lot can happen between now and then. Could be a false breakout, all that kind of stuff. Don't pop the champagne yet, guys, okay? But I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Price getting past the key area of price resistance, moving towards a potential bullish cross. Now, what happened last time we had a bull cross on the MACD? Well, that was back here, February 26th. From there, we rallied from $50,000 to $73,000, a 43% price gain for Bitcoin. And all the other coins, of course, did great things too. So that was very exciting. We all enjoyed that, had a good time, would recommend. So will that repeat? Well, let's see. Let's see. Of course, you can always have a false signal. Obviously, you can't just rely on the MACD as like, okay, well, we got a bull cross. Now we got to all go gig along. You can have a false signal sometimes from these. You have to look at other factors in the market, obviously. But just as a simplistic way to look at things, I'm liking the direction we're going in right now. Let's see if we can continue the momentum. Let's see if we can take out 73K here soon. Okay. I know, seeing people are in the comment section, guys, I want to buy more. I want to buy more. I know. That's kind of my market cycle we're in right now. Usually in a market cycle, we'd see bigger drawdowns. That was almost an 18% drawdown. I mean, it's pretty dramatic in the grand scheme of things, but not that dramatic compared to what we saw, for example, in 2017, which we always refer back to as 30-40% drawdowns. But then you look at 2021, and generally the drawdowns weren't quite as dramatic. We did have a couple pretty dramatic drawdowns, but we had fewer of the super dramatic ones and more of the sort of 17 to 20% stuff, which is not all that crazy. So yeah, there we go. That's what's going on in the charts right now. Check this out, shared by Satoshi Club. Bitcoin reserves on Coinbase Exchange reached a 9-year low, a 9-year low. Did you hear that? That's crazy. Coinbase is running out of Bitcoin, man. 344,856 Bitcoin left there. Last time it was this low was 2015. It's all heading down in one direction, isn't it? Got your Bitcoin? Got your stack ready, guys? Because Wall Street's coming for it. And I know it's not always the same with Bitcoin ETFs. We discussed that in great depth yesterday. We will have times when Wall Street money just doesn't show up, right? Institutions aren't always going to be buying the ETF products either. They might just buy on exchange, right? Hey, there's a story going around here. And I wanted to just share this with you guys real quick because we're going to see a lot of this BS happen in the market cycle. So South American gold mining company Nylam Resources will be buying 24,000 Bitcoin for $1.7 billion. The problem, Nylam is worth $1 million market cap. It's a penny stock. Now, is this just a fun marketing ploy to try and get people to run out and buy the Nylam stock so they can do an exit scam? Probably. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of news outlets just reporting it without really thinking about these sort of details. Who is Nylam? Well, they're $1 million market cap penny stock. Right. Okay. Are they going to pull off a $1.7 billion fundraise to buy Bitcoin? I don't know. Maybe, but probably not. Probably not. Okay. And I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more of this kind of bullshit yet. And I'm sure we'll see more of it, where you'll see companies announcing some kind of Bitcoin thing in order to try and pump their stocks. You got to actually show up, man. You got to actually show up and do it. This is the thing. MicroStrategy got the pump for the stocks, but they actually bought the Bitcoin. Okay. Can't fake it. Can't fake it, guys. Take a quick look at the Ethereum charts here. By the way, Ethereum also having a nice bounce off its 50-day exponential moving average here. After the bounce, we had a retest of that, technically a bullish move, moving now beyond or right up into a key area of price resistance. Can we get beyond that? Let's see what plays out over the next couple of days here. Solana continuing to show wild strength in the market. $190 right now for Solana. Still, though, that $200 price resistance hangs just overhead. Gotta watch out for that. Hey, real quick shout out to Polkadot for sponsoring today's stream. Just want to talk about the liquidity situation on Polkadot. So, did you know that Polkadot now has native USDT support? We have major exchanges as well, like KuCoin, top 5 global exchange, supporting direct stablecoin deposits from the Polkadot network, making it easier than ever to get money on and off chain. In Polkadot, of course, you need to have stablecoins if you want people to come and do crazy things on your blockchain. BINANCE as well, bringing in support, world's biggest exchange, supporting direct withdrawals and deposits for USDC. 150 million users now getting access to liquidity options on Polkadot. And of course, it was recently announced that USDC, native USDC, has come into the Polkadot ecosystem, which could be a big boost for a lot of the DeFi applications across the Polkadot network who have, kind of been struggling for a while without huge liquidity injections. But now that we can bring stablecoins easily on and off Polkadot, that situation could change. So just a shout out to the guys at Polkadot for sharing that news with us today. So let's continue. Let's take a look at the total market cap of crypto here. This is the total 3. So we're excluding Bitcoin and we're excluding Ethereum in this calculation here. We are coming up into a major area again of price resistance for this. So we actually had a huge dip last week. Pretty crazy to think about. We're up to $750 billion for all crypto coins, excluding, again, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Last week, that dipped all the way down to $650 billion. So up $100 billion in a week. That's great. Love to see that. Nice solid trend up here on the MACD. And of course, we had that bullish crossover back here in October 23, which we were talking about what had happened. Now we're coming up to, again, that major area of price resistance for all altcoins. If we want to see an altcoin season or a major impulsive move for altcoins, we need to get beyond this level. We can see that just recently here, we actually topped right out at that approximately $800 billion mark, which was right around that area of major resistance for it. You can see a lot of support and resistance right in this area between 800 and sort of $850 billion market cap. So next major leg up, though, if we can get beyond that, brings us up to this interesting area of almost $1 trillion. So between here and there, so $250 billion of added market cap. You need to understand how crazy the moves will be in altcoins just in that $250 billion move, because that's a lot of money, man. You got to keep in mind that that's right now, Bitcoin and Ethereum, they make up what, 70% of all the cryptocurrency market, 65% or something like that. So then 35%, 40% is just these altcoins. And if they have $250 billion in gains, guess what? Everybody's going to eat. Okay. Everybody's going to have a good time if that happens, except people on the sidelines. They're going to just be crying bitterly for a long time. Yeah. So this is a chart shared by the Scalping Pro. I like this chart. Let's break it down here for you. Altcoin market cap has broken out of its downtrend, is in a strong uptrend. The next 8 to 12 months are going to be explosive. If we follow a 4-year chart, approximately a 4-year cycle, approximately, then it's going to be late 2025. I know a lot of people keep talking about, well, it's going to be accelerated token. It's going to come sooner than later. let's see it. Let's see it. I even wonder if we have sort of a 2012, 2013, or even really, we saw in 2021 kind of a condensed version of this, of the 2013 way markets play out. We have an early major cycle peak, huge, disgusting dip, 50% down and everything. Makes you question everything that you know about crypto and think that you're an idiot. And then we pump to new all-time highs. Could happen. Could happen. Regardless, if this chart is to be believed, then we are going up to a potential $3 trillion for all altcoins combined. Now, if altcoins go to 3 billion trillion with a T, not billion with a B, $1 trillion. If altcoins go to $3 trillion from the current 750 billion, that's a lot of cheddar, guys. That's 2.25 trillion in gains, maybe a little bit more at the top. Again, if that happens, it's way crazy. Your altcoin bags are going to go so crazy, man. So crazy. It'll be wild. But in that craziness, as Victor here points out, you will be tested. It's not easy. You will be tested, okay? As he points out, let's say you were able to buy Axie Infinity for less than $1 last cycle. Here are the successive drawdowns you had to go through until you reached the top. 52%, 48%, 49, 70, 51, 28, 48, and 28. You had to put up with all that wild volatility. You really have to have faith in your positions to see them truly get to their potential. A lot of people are going to fumble massive wealth way early, and it's going to happen. I'm already seeing this so many times with meme coins where people got in, they got 1, 2, 3% of an entire supply of a meme coin, and it ends up being worth tens of millions of dollars, but they sold it for like $500 profits. It's going to happen, man. The ability to hold on to something long enough, that's hard. That's hard. Getting your 100x is hard. Getting 1,000x is harder. Again, most people won't do it for good reason, because it's not easy to do, man. The emotional drama you will go through on these pull downs and stuff is just nuts. So anyway, your altcoins will go crazy, but it's not going to be an easy journey, guys. Secrets of Crypto pointing out, he said, it was September 2023 and the opportunity of a lifetime is right in front of you. Your chance to be rich. Did you take it? This was probably the point of maximum opportunity to accumulate high quality altcoins. The game is easier than you think. He's right, of course. We had a time of massive potential for altcoins. Still do, right? As we described before, you have these multiple phases that come through in the market. And we've just exited phase 2, which was the major accumulation time. And you might say that was from, maybe September or something last year until approximately, let's say, February or maybe even January of this year. Once we started hitting new all-time highs, that's it. We're starting to enter a new phase. Even though there's a drawback, we're moving into that new phase. Bitcoin's hitting new all-time highs. We're going to see Ethereum and stuff following not so far away. So be prepared for that. Be prepared for that. This is the direction we're heading in here for the market, okay? It's going to get crazy, and it's going to keep getting crazier, but you have to be ready to hold through the crazy, because you will be challenged constantly in this market, okay? And that's something you always have to keep in mind, is that this is not easy. And a lot of people at the top are going to say, oh, well, you just got lucky, blah, 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 blah. No, man, shut up. Shut the heck up. What are you talking about? I didn't get lucky. I worked my ass off for this. All right. And hey, welcome to the party. You're going to be my exit liquidity, because your buddy who comes in at the top, right, and is buying, saying, bro, you just got lucky for getting in early, man. Like, no, you worked your ass off. You paid attention. You farmed the airdrops. You got in the alpha groups. You bought the coins when everybody else said they were dead and going to zero. You took the risks. You get the reward. That's how it works. You don't get wealthy by not taking risks. Okay. A lot of people want to skip the hard work, but you can't do it. It doesn't work like that. Want to share this one with you. I got, guys, let's see a lot of you guys shout. We'll come back to this in a second. See a lot of you guys shouting out Aerodrome, which is up like 50% today, $500 million market cap. It has absolutely been soaring. Of course, worth keeping in mind that it is up now in a month. Geez, it's up 15x in a month. 15x in a month, okay? So look, if you're aping into this right now, look at this chart. Look at this chart. Look at it. If you're aping into this right now, and I'm not saying don't ape into it, okay? Ape if you want to ape. I don't care. You're adults. You're going to make your own decisions. But if you're aping into a coin that's gone up 15x in a month, I know base season's heating up. Everyone's filming into base, all that kind of stuff. The time to pay attention to that coin's a month ago. Now, not now that it's filling up your timeline, not now that everybody's talking about it. Now, as an application versus other applications, I mean, this is the biggest decentralized exchange right now, I believe. Let's have a quick look at the exchange volume. Biggest decentralized exchange currently on base. Let's see where it ranks here. I'm curious. Oh, there it is down here. Okay, so here's interesting. So it currently is the 23rd exchange right here. $52 million daily volume, $500 million market cap. Okay, now you compare that with the big dogs up here. Jupiter's doing $850 million a day. Uniswap's doing 1.4. PancakeSwap's doing almost 800, almost 900 million a day. So 50 million for Aerodrome. It's good. Base season's heating up, and if we start seeing meme coin mania, that metric move real fast. Okay, but just still, I'm nothing against Aerodrome, right? I understand they got good products. They're backed by good people, well positioned on the base ecosystem. But just a word of caution for you that if you are aping after something up 15x in a month, maybe have a moment of caution. So if you are just celebrating now because you got in early and you're enjoying the price pumps and you're loving watching what's going on, then I salute you. You guys are awesome. Okay. There you go. Now, where were we? Let's get back to the news here. So Solana-based Mad Labs becomes the highest across all blockchains in the last 24 hours, beating out CryptoPunks. Now, this is actually a very interesting thing because the move here for Solana NFTs, like it used to be like, oh yeah, well, Solana's got NFTs, but they're all kind of like second tier garbage, whatever, bullshit. Now it's like, no. People are paying six figures, $175,000. Yo, for NFTs on Solana. CryptoPunks, of course, still getting great money coming in, obviously, but just let you guys know, NFTs on Solana definitely taken off. Benco, I don't know who Benco, into the Cryptoverse guy, right? Anyway, he said, don't buy anything until it's the bear season. It's a tricky one. Obviously, the best time to accumulate was months ago. That does not mean there's not opportunities still. And maybe he's talking very broadly in terms of like maybe just don't buy Bitcoin right now because the risk reward's not as good as it used to be. I don't know. I didn't hear what he said. I'm not sure what his analysis was, but I would say that in general, right now, the big coins don't offer the best risk reward, certainly not as good risk reward as they offered 6 months ago. If you're looking for new positions, I know people just come into the market. You can't, well, just wait till the next bear season and then buy stuff. People are coming to the market. They want to spend their money. Okay. But where do you spend your money? There's still places to make money if you think about it strategically and spend your money correctly. So there's always opportunities out here. Okay. But it's going to be in new coins, new blockchains, stuff like this. We haven't even seen the massive markup period. I mean, come on, Ethereum's not even at all-time highs yet. Solana's not at all-time highs. Avalanche's not at all-time highs. We haven't hit price discovery on any of those assets yet. We're still very, very early in phase 3, right? So we're entering a very dangerous phase where a lot of people are going to make a lot of money, but a lot of people are also going to lose a lot of money by chasing tops and all the rest of the stuff, okay? Still, there'll be great opportunity throughout this phase of the cycle. Okay, we're getting distracted answering questions here, but I see some good ones coming through. I'm watching the chat, guys. Jupiter announces that the first batch rewards for Jupe active stakers will drop in July. Jupe staking rewards will be directly added to existing stake accounts, so they automatically restake the tokens for you. Thus, of course, boosting your future potential for getting more airdrops, which is nice. So this, of course, if you actively participated in the governance for the first 2 LFG votes for their launch pad, then you will be in the running for getting some sweet rewards. Plus, of course, you get the 75% of the fees that the launchpad project pays to Jupiter. So it could end up being very, very lucrative staking that Jupe. I'm hoping so anyway. Right now, it's looking as though, what is it? You're getting 20 to 30% of the amount of Jupe that you stake paid back in Jupe from their 100 million Jupe incentive program. If people keep staking more Jupe, then of course that number goes down. Worth keeping in mind, but still, so far the number is looking pretty decent. We'll see how it plays out, of course. Woo Blockchain pointing out Chainlink CCIP core data has grown significantly since March, with $207,000 in fees captured, 48,000 requests accepted this month, both hitting records. The current Chainlink capture fee exceeds 470K, and the cumulative number of requests exceeds 81,000. So CCIP is heating up for my Chainlink bags. They're slow. They're slow, but they're going to go. I know it. Come on, Chainlink. Let's go. Link Marines, step up. Let's go. Anyway, Chainlink, very interesting technology. Great product. Great tech. Very integral to the entirety of the crypto ecosystem. Needs to have a dog as the logo so people start aping into it irrationally. Okay, that's what we need. Come on, dog link. Let's go. Hey, I wanted to mention this as well. This is XSwap is coming up on Ape Terminal soon. That's not a recommendation to go out and buy this. I'm a private sale investor in XSwap. I own Chainlink. I own Jupiter. Guys, if you ever want to see my portfolio disclosures, it's down below in the description, as well as a full risk statement on crypto. Crypto's risky. You can lose all your money. You can also find the disclosure statement on the pinned comment on X. Okay, so check those out. Anyway, XSwap is the first cross-chain swaps protocol on Chainlink, setting as a first mover advantage. XSwap also backed by Chainlink's build program, key Chainlink KOLs. That means content creators, community leaders, and strengthening XSwap's position as a core protocol within the ecosystem. XSwap is the first protocol to provide utility to the $21 billion of Link tokens sitting idle. Very interesting. Very interesting. We'll see how this one turns out. Of course, Ape Terminal has a pretty big success record so far of doing pretty good launches. So definitely want to keep an eye out for, of course, with all the Chainlink hype in general. I could see this ending up pretty well. So anyway, it's out there if you want to research more and learn some more about it. Well, I'd mention out an airdrop coming up as well. So this is called the Road to Order, a gamified campaign where traders earn merits and compete for a share of the Orderly token. Now, Orderly, this is a kind of a nerdy bit of tech here, like Chainlink, right? But it's nerdy tech, different vertical. Basically, they're doing background liquidity for stuff. So this is built by the guys behind Woo, which is backed by one of the biggest market makers in East Asia. Anyway, these guys are doing liquidity for like WooFi, which is the on-chain version of Woo. And they're also working some other protocols like LogX and stuff like that. Now, I have done very well on the Galaxy. You got to go do these social tasks and you get to claim points and badges and NFTs and all this BS. Anyway, I got all the NFTs, man, all the NFTs for the WooFi program. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get a decent airdrop from this. But that was just phase one of the airdrop. There will be a second phase of the airdrop coming up. So keep an eye out. That's starting pretty soon. You can come over here, of course, and read all the details. We're not going to go into everything here, but there will be a dedicated place on their website, leaderboards, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be a points system that you can start earning points on. So you can go check that out if it's something that you're interested in partaking in an airdrop that's coming up, but could be a pretty interesting one considering all the people that are backing it and all the people that they're connected with. I've seen a lot of people talking that this could be one of those big airdrops. You never know. Airdrops, hey, you never know, guys. Might be an absolute crap airdrop too, where you go, come on, it's not worth claiming the tokens, but hopefully it'll be a good one. Okay, last couple pieces of news here for you, then we're going to hop into your questions. Puff. Now, this is a meme coin over on Mantle. So this is basically, you did this thing where initially you paid some ETH and you minted some potions. You got a bunch of coins in exchange for that. And now there's going to be like this multi-part story playing out over the next few months. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Part 2 of the story is coming soon. So if you're partaking in that or want to partake in that, check it out. Now, final note, guys. If you're not signed up to the Wealth Master newsletter yet, get signed up to the newsletter. It's awesome. No, seriously, it's awesome. Guys, we put like 40 hours of work a week into this bad boy. making it for you guys so you can read it, 10 minutes on the train to work or, over your coffee in the morning or something like that. Get up to date on all the big news going on in crypto. Plus, we do weekly airdrops, NFT mints, technical analysis on altcoins, and much, much more. So if you want to start getting that to your inbox, getting all that money making alpha to your inbox, let my research team help you cut through the noise in the market, then link in the description. Check it out. It's free. So let's open up the floor. Let's open up another Perrier. Perrier number 2 for the stream. I know my throat, guys, but rough today. I'd been very, very low level, sort of ill for a few days. And then my son was just like up at 3 a.m. to like 4:30 in the morning. Kids, man. Anyway, slightly under the weather from that, but generally okay. So we're doing okay. Let's talk crypto. What do you guys got here for me? Auskrieg Lanz asks, are you still bullish on DOT? I think the DOT 2.0 hype is going to bring some new life into Polkadot. Obviously, guys, the competition's never been higher for, crypto chains in general. So we'll see. They definitely have to be stepping up to the plate here. And we've seen, a lot of interest coming back into the Polkadot ecosystem. We're seeing Polkadot meme coins launching. We're seeing Moonbeam starting to move, all that kind of stuff. Hype starting to build around Polkadot 2.0. So all this stuff is there. The pieces are getting put in place. Will the market step up to the plate? Remains to be seen, but I'm holding my bags, currently staking, and let's see what happens. Okay. Let's go. Raphael, what do you think about a whole variety of coins? Let's get it. ICP, don't know enough about it to make a good statement on it, but they did have a huge announcement. I saw your super chat earlier, dude, by the way, if you're still here, about ICP. That is a really interesting thing, basically doing AI on chain, the computations for AI on chain. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. Go watch the founder of ICP put out a video about that recently. Don't own any, probably not going to buy any, but hey, kudos where kudos is due. Render, very interesting AI play. Something that I would consider buying if I were to see a price, but my ego's in the way now. I may not just ape into it. I might sit around patiently on the sidelines, watch the price go higher. But, it's a very big market cap AI coin. I should have been paying more attention sooner to AI and putting more money into that space because AI is going to be massive. Now, look, I've been building out an AI portfolio, but it's mostly lower market cap, higher risk stuff. We'll see how any of that stuff plays out. Maybe it makes more sense just put money into the big boy, but I haven't yet, but I'm watching it. Near, don't know enough about it. Haven't used the blockchain very many times. I have a few times for a couple different things, but don't use Near a lot. I know that it's one of those blockchains that probably is not getting the kind of attention that it maybe is merited based on the tech and stuff like that, and might get more attention over the market cycle. And GMRX, I have no idea what that is, so no opinion. Pew 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 too. Lark, guilty of getting rid of old coins, doing nothing too late. It was like 40% of my bag. Now everything looks high to buy. We're going much higher in the next 6 months, or am I screwed if I buy now? Nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. That's the honest answer. Any kind of shit can happen in the markets that'll just send everything tanking. And then you're like, why did I do anything that I've ever done? We've all been there. We've all been there. For what it's worth, I'm still deploying capital into the markets. So yeah, it's always a tricky one, getting rid of those old bags. And I've been selling down my Arbitrum bags over the last week. I'm still working on it. Don't want to just dump it all at once. We're just going to average out of it. But yeah, it's one that I should have got out of sooner because so many of the things moved much faster. And as they're holding on to these Arbitrum bags, when I do something at some point. But my initial fears around Arbitrum were proven to be right. As a governance token, it has captured no value and the market doesn't value it. Quite simply, Arbitrum, great layer 2 to use it all the time. Token, doesn't matter. So look, it's a tough decision to make if you were making that decision now. Not everything is so high in price, and I don't know what your shopping list looks like, but there's certainly lots of great opportunities out there in the market still. So if you have these sort of old bags, you want to freshen up your portfolio a bit, There's opportunities out there. Okay. Maybe just don't ape into something that's up like 2,000% in the last week or something. You'll probably be doing okay. What are your thoughts on Anchor, man? Ryan, I haven't thought about Anchor in ages, man. I met those guys and where was that? Was that San Francisco? No, was it Hong Kong? San Francisco. No, San Francisco. San Francisco at a networking event. I met the Anchor guys back in 2019. No, 2018. It's a while ago. Anyway, we did some stuff. We did like a video review, interviewed the guys back in the day. Man, I haven't really kept up with what they're doing. I know they're working in sort of the Ethereum layer 2 space, and they're doing a lot of stuff, but I don't know enough about what they're doing right now to make a good comment on them. So sorry, man, there's so many coins out there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Seriously, some of these tickers you guys are like, what is this stuff? And I know this one, but you know, a lot of these tickers you guys are putting up, it's like, man, what is going on here, guys? Dash. Blast from the past. What up? Dash coin. Man, talk about a coin that no one gives a crap about anymore. Dash, man, that was the coin, man, back in 2017. That was the big daddy, wasn't it? Everybody was like aping into Dash nodes, spending $1 million to buy a Dash node at the top because I guess it's the new paradigm of money and it's going to be the new PayPal and all this bullshit. You know, one thing I always like to do, well, I don't actually like to do, but one thing it's interesting to do from time to time, and I just end up doing it for one reason or another. I'll be looking back and just reliving some nostalgia from the past. You just realize how much absolute bullshit there is in this market, how much most of these coins are utter fucking garbage, and they're not going to do anything long term, and they're just going to, all these promises, all this hype, and you'll see that this cycle. Look back at 2021. Coin Market Cap's got this great thing where you can, it does a snapshot of the top 100 coins once per week, and you look back years. Go back and look back, you know, just for some random snapshots from the previous years. Look at all the coins that are in the top 100 that are just gone, man, and never coming back. Never coming back. Dash, I don't know, man. Maybe they invented the cure for cancer or something like that, but my guess is they probably haven't done that much, and they're still just plodding along out there. I mean, unless they have some really big new thing that they're doing, I got news for them. Payments is 2017's narrative, dude. Like, nobody cares. Payments? What are you talking about? I'll send stable coins on Solana for a penny. I don't need a payments coin that goes up and down in price all the time. So this is the same thing with like Litecoin, for example, or Bitcoin Cash. They just don't really have a use case anymore. Again, back in 2017, Litecoin. Oh yeah, Litecoin 2017. Okay, great. Hey, what do you do with Litecoin? Man, it's way cheaper to send than Bitcoin. Okay, that's cool. Now what do you do with Litecoin? Absolutely nothing. What do you do with Dash? Absolutely nothing. What's the point? I have no idea. Still, though, you know, it trades out there. Somebody buys it for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, market's crazy. What are you up to? Raincoin, great to see you live. I read that as great to see you alive. I'm still here, man. No, great to see you live. What's up, man? Are you still holding ILV? Yep. Yeah. Again, guys, portfolio disclosures in the description. Pin comment on X. You can always see we update it weekly. Yes, still holding ILV. I think it's got great potential for the cycle. Got a big bag, chilling on it. I hope it gets up to previous all-time high price would be great. It's harder now because there's a lot more coins in circulation, and the market cap would have to be bigger than the previous market cap. So you got to keep that in mind. But man, even if it goes up to like $1,000 per coin, which currently it's 120 or 130, something like that, it's not that crazy. Okay. Lonnie. Oh, that's a good question, Lonnie. And that's really one of those prisoner dilemma situations. Lonnie asks, if you're holding a coin like Aero or FET, so Aerodome or Fetch AI that have been pumping hard, would you start laddering out now to take profits, or would you hold on longer for alt season? I mean, here's the thing. The price of these is probably going to go much, much higher, realistically. Does that mean you can't take any profits now? No, absolutely not. And this is the thing, is that, you know, your laddering out doesn't have to be like nonstop until you're out of your bags in a month or something like that. Like if you've got these coins that are up, and here's an interesting idea, you can rebalance too. So let's say Arrow as an example, right? So again, not financial advice. You're going to have to make your own decisions about all this stuff, but just as a thought process, you got your Arrow coins and they're up 15x in a month, and you're going, damn, now it's 30% of my portfolio, and I never really intended it to be 30% of my portfolio. So maybe, you know what, maybe you're going to take 10% out, for example, and you're going to take that 10% and maybe you're going to just pay yourself. You're going to take your initial capital back out. You're going to pay yourself some money. You're going to feel good, buy yourself something nice. Maybe if there's still some money left over, you'll buy a little extra Bitcoin or something for the long-term holding bag, right? So those are some options of how you can look at it, how you can think about it. But yeah, and then you don't have to sell anything else for a while. You're right. You've already got your initial capital back out, which is very powerful thing to do. And so now the bag's worry free. If it goes up or down, it doesn't really matter. It's all about how much profit you are or are not getting. And so something like Aerodrome or Fetch AI, my guess is that if we go back to the earlier part of the stream, we were talking about, okay, we could get up to a $3 trillion market cap for all altcoins, then it's probably going to go a lot higher than it currently is. Does that mean there's not going to be vicious pullbacks of like 50%? Again, go back to that earlier part of the stream where we're talking about that, because most altcoins will go through that. So you might be able to take profits now, even rebuy some of that position later, et cetera, et cetera. But that's a different game to play, and is, you know, not necessarily when you need to play. And I know the thought is that, okay, well, I sell 10% of that bag now, but then it goes up. Then it goes up, and I missed out on more gains. Okay, yeah, true. But it's about de-risking. It's about, you just never know what happens in crypto, man. Like you wake up tomorrow and Aerodrome got hacked and now it's down 99%. Never to come back or be heard from again, because it's crypto and that's what happens. Again, not financial advice. You got to make your own decisions. But when you click the sell button or the buy button on anything, but just as a general framework, you know, this is the way you can start thinking about things. If something's adequately enough in profit that you're looking at and going, damn, that's a lot of money on the table. Nothing wrong taking a little bit of money off the table, right? And you can still hold an 80, 90% of that position, ride it up to the moon. Just don't get caught up in this sort of regret cycle where if you sell some now because you're taking profit, trying to be responsible, don't rebalance your portfolio, take some money out, get your capital back, all that BS. Don't then regret when it goes up later. Or also, you can rebuy later. Don't let your ego say that you can't rebuy. Like if it goes down 20, 30, 40%, like say, hey, you know what? I sold some earlier, but I'm going to actually add back into this position because I really like this coin. I know this coin. I'm familiar with it. I sometimes rebuy back into coins that I know that have sold before because I know them. Makes sense. I already know everything there is. Well, not everything, but I already know most of the stuff there is to know about that coin. I'm familiar with it. It makes it an easier buy. Right? Anyway, I hope that's useful. Okay. Joe Rice, people betting their retirement on shit is wild, man. JS, would you bet your retirement on Render? It's like interesting questions guys putting up here. I would probably not bet my retirement on a single cryptocurrency except probably Bitcoin, personally. You know, you look at Render or any of the other things, Render's doing all the right stuff right now, right? Does that mean they're going to go on to have massive success? Not necessarily. Maybe, but not necessarily. I would certainly never go all in on any one crypto coin, right? Even the ones you might be very, very bullish on and feel like, yeah, that's going to be the big winner. This one's going to do the stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But would it be something to bet on for this cycle to go up potentially farther in price? Maybe. Not financial advice. Okay. We'll do one or two more here. Mauricio, Lark, have you considered coming down to Christchurch to do a conference about crypto or something like that? I've joined the community recently. Love to see something down here. You know, I need to do something at some point. But it's just tricky. It's tricky to get away. Don't like leaving the wife with the kids. Just, you know, they're just it's not as easy to just sneak away for a day because you can't. The part of the problem is, as you know, you can't really just come and like hang out for a couple hours because the last flight's at like 8 o'clock, right? So to get to the, I leave the thing to get to the airport at 7. So we're going to hang out like 5:30 to 7. It seems like a lot of work, man. But hey, maybe next time I'm in Christchurch, I got a buddy down there. Maybe next time I'm in Christchurch, we'll have to do something. We'll have to do something in Wellington at some point. So I don't know. One of these days, get around to organizing something. Where is it at? Thoughts on Partizia? now the token is launched. It'll be interesting to see which of these newly launched blockchains are really going to take off. Partizia launched recently. Nibiru chain launched recently. There's going to be a few others coming up as well. So often, not guaranteed, obviously, but often we see these newly launched blockchains getting a lot of narrative in the space. We'll see if that pans out for Partizia or Nibiru chain. So let's watch. It's interesting. Partizia is actually, well, last time I looked anyway, I don't know what the price is doing right now, but last time I looked, the price is only like 100% over the private sale price or something. So it didn't even come out with like a huge like hype launch or anything like that. AA says, Lark, is a good idea to swing Link for ARB. Swap. Yeah, swap. Look, as I mentioned, I've been selling down my Arbitrum bags. Maybe I will live to regret that move. We'll see. But the final straw for me was recently because I was thinking about selling my Arbitrum bags. Like, I'll just wait a few days and see. Could have sold, did not sell, was going to sell it for Jupiter. Arbitrum went down. Jupiter doubled in price. Dafuk, Arbitrum. I'm done, man. I'm done. Hasn't done anything for the year that I've held it. So it's massively underperformed the market. Should you sell? I have no idea. But, there's nothing wrong with rebalancing bags. Nothing wrong with moving out of a position that's just not moving. Or, and then maybe they will move at some point. But essentially, it's not a bad idea to keep your portfolio a bit tight, right? If you see something that's massively underperforming, it's okay to move from that to something that you think is going to perform better or has been performing better. Like, yeah, if I had taken all my Arbitrum money back then and put it in a chain, like I'd be up 200%. Instead, I'm up like 30% on my Arbitrum bags. Okay, we'll do one more here, guys. I think the voice is going down. 9-7. I'm not betting my house on any place to live, on any investment. I need a place to live. Amen to that, man. People out here selling their houses, man. What are your thoughts on Telegram Open Network surging to the top 10 position? I just don't know as much about Telegram Open Network as I should. We've done a review on it in the Wealth Master newsletter. But yeah, I should spend more time looking at it. Can't keep up with every chain, man. So hard. So hard. Can we see a rise in Ethereum NFTs this bull cycle? I feel like the whales on Ethereum will always keep buying the big NFT collections. But in terms of new people coming in, new money coming in, a lot of that's going to go to places like Solana. Now, if you're buying $175,000 NFT, you don't really care if you pay $150 in gas fees, do you? But for most people coming in, they're not buying $175,000 NFTs. They don't want to pay $100 gas fees. They're going to Solana. And no, I don't hold any CryptoPunks. Would have liked to have bought one, but just hard to justify. It's hard to justify the money. It's not that I don't have the money. It's just hard to justify the money on an NFT. I've got some NFTs, but just, fun stuff, nothing crazy. None of the big collection stuff. Anyway. NFT sucks, a straight head. No, NFTs are pretty awesome. Perhaps you don't understand NFTs adequately. It's you got to have one of the epiphany moments around NFTs. A lot of NFTs do suck, and I'm going to agree with you on that. Most NFTs are absolute hot garbage, and they have no purpose, and they're just cash grabs and all the rest of the stuff. Okay, let's make that clear. But in terms of on-chain art, I mean, come on, people. You ever see like that painting, which is just like the white canvas with a black square in the middle? Man, that thing's worth like $100 million or some shit. Art on chain has value. Okay. We are living digital lives, and art on chain has value. collectibles on chain, in-game items on chain, all that stuff has value. And there's a lot more use cases for NFTs that are barely having the surface scratched on them. Real estate deeds, real world assets, all this kind of stuff. Okay. So there's a lot of potential for the NFT assets. That doesn't mean you need to go out and speculate on NFTs, but to understand that NFTs are an important part of the crypto ecosystem and that they represent an important technology, a technology that, again, is often used in ways just to get cash from your pocket into somebody else's pocket, but a technology that fundamentally has reimagined the way that we understand verifiable ownership online. And that is actually really, really cool. The tech is really, really cool. And the art's really cool. And the game items are cool and all this kind of stuff. But just try not to get overwhelmed with the hype that some people put into NFTs. Guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. You're awesome. I'll see you next time.